¿Eres de ano rasurado o de caquita fácil?
¡Qué apretón más tonto!
Porque una cosa es cagarla de vez en cuando y otra vivir con diarrea. Aquí tienes Camping Ass.
Yo vivo con mi madre.
No te preocupes si las cagas fuera de casa. Camping Ass viene con su silla plegable y su bolsa de perro adulto.
Ahora sí que puedo hacer caquita tranquila.
El potaje estaba malo.
Porque la mejor cura para la diarrea es cagarse de la risa, solo o acompañado.
On the go, everybody out there in Morgrot Universe. Hello, sinners! Welcome to Sinful Sunday edition of the goddamn program. And by the looks of things, so many people are tuned in tonight. This is awesome because I feel like I have had the week from hell. And it just continues to bake me like a Thanksgiving turkey. And it's been 85 degrees here in old Nebraska for the past couple days, and it looks like it's not going away. So this devil's getting a tan at the same time. And I know it's been a fun one for Hoofbeast as well. And welcome, Yabelka, Rebecca, what's up? Cody, what's up? You know what to do. This is the motherfucking time to share it out anywhere and everywhere. Wake up the addicts around there because, man, what are they doing on a Sunday? There ain't no fucking sports to watch. Time to listen to us two assholes talk about some funny ass shit. So we have quite a good list for you this evening for the goddamn list. But before we get into this business, we're going to take a quick commercial break to our brothers over at Poison Valley. Check it out. Poison Valley Clothing on Facebook. Get over there. Get yourself a high quality custom horror apparel, t-shirts, hoodies. I believe he's going to start moving into hats as well. So, but definitely get over there if you're a fan of darker art and you want to wear the darkness. Check them out, Poison Valley Clothing, right now. Kyler, what's up, buddy? We almost have everyone. There's a few people straggling behind, but that's okay. We'll get them. All right. So, man, obviously a historical week this week because of Monday's amazing solar event, right? I'm sure everybody has their stories. And of course, we want you to interact with us on this show because that's what makes this show so much fucking fun. But before we do that, there is one piece of business that we need to do right the fuck now. Peter Steele's been gone for 14 years as of today. Today was the day that we lost a legend. And Peter, wherever you are in the cosmos, just know that we love and appreciate everything that you have done for music and for giving us some amazing fucking songs.
100% unique.
There hasn't been anyone else quite like him. And, you know, there's one, like I said, there's literally one fucking person that we can say that even comes close to that man's voice. And that's the lead singer of October Noir, Tom Noir. So, again, if you guys are as big of fans of Typo Negative, there is a band still carrying on this tradition. It's not a cover band. It's all original stuff. So check them out. They are awesome. Mouse Bomb! R.I.P.
And might I add, they do a great job of sounding like a lot like Peter.
And it's just his natural voice.
Good. Yeah, he's great.
That's the crazy part. Oh, look at that. My darling wife has shown up. Hi.
Oh.
I love you too. Let's see. Kyler says, whoop, that's the wrong one. That's the right one. My pad, man. I need a drink for tonight. Lately, it has been hard to make me laugh. Let's have some fun before I pass out. Well, you know, let's hoist it high. First, here's to the great late Peter Steele. And secondly, to every artist out there this weekend that has been killing it, both on the music front and the movie front. There's been amazing filming going on this weekend all across the U.S. And, of course, last night's Morgue Rot Entertainment's Just Another Fucking Metal Show festival. It was amazeballs from what I could see. So cheers to you all. Clink! Mouse Punk says I raised my bong. That's all right. We'll take that too.
Hell yeah. I would do that as well, but if I did that, I would be kind of comatose. It makes me so sleepy.
Right. We all know what happened. You took a little too many gummies.
Well, there was the one time when it was the first time I was on your show on Reaper's Underground, and you had a break, and I fucking lit it up, and I got lost once or twice with my thoughts.
Oh shit! Oh hey, what's up there? Arcane Lich is in the house. He goes clink.
Hell yes.
All right. So, do you know what time it is? Because I know what time it is. It is time for the goddamn list of the week. And on tonight's list, I kind of prefaced a little bit, as in we had the great solar event of the eclipse this past Monday. People took the day off work. They lied to their bosses, gave them the big fucking forearm, and said, somebody died. I have a funeral to go to today, just so they could see this fucking thing. Now, all across.
Oh, he'll be right back.
There we go.
All right.
I think we're back. Yay. But all across the United States, it wasn't that great because there was a lot of fucking clouds. So I don't know how many of you actually got to see it. This is a photo from NASA. And it is kind of a really cool event. It only lasts for about 3 hours, and only comes around every 20 years or something like that. My question is how come we didn't have any virgin sacrifices? You know what happened to the good old days when they would take people and sacrifice them to whoever the fuck in such dramatic fashion. And I actually found a meme for that and posted it, and everybody died. It was great.
They had one in either April or May of like 1984, and I remember that one, and how dark the day began or became, and I had no idea that this was even going to happen.
For sure. I just don't know what made this one so much more special than any other. Oh, I know. Arcane just kind of said something here about it. Yabelka said, I didn't see nothing. I'm so sorry. Not that it's like that detrimental to see in the first place. But Arcane says it best here. LM, laughing my ass off. People in my backwards ass state thought the rapture was coming. I horse laughed.
Yeah.
And we're on that. Go ahead.
I didn't hear too much of that in South Carolina, where I am temporarily. I'm still probably a month or two out from the move. I wish it was tomorrow, but it's not. And but it will be. I will be in Omaha fairly soon and enjoying your hot days. But for me, I went out at the time it was slow at my store, and so I was able to walk out. But I got a partial one. It was about 4/5 of it, and it did burn my eyes a little bit. I wore my UV protective sunglasses, but I just took a glance, and I'm fine. I see perfectly fine.
I was too busy doing a reversal energy work during the height of it, so I did not actually see it myself. Because when this type of event happens, energy-wise, things get super chaotic really quick. So my first thing to do is to, give credence, to whatever entities or energy things, whatever. I'm not really going to go into great detail, but the big thing is trying to deflect that kind of negative energy that can come through and fuck your shit up. So no, I didn't see it, but I did see all the pictures. But more importantly, all of the stupid internet chatter. And like I said, our man there, Arcane, just kind of kicked us off on that. Christians all over the United States thought that they were going to miscellaneously float into the air and get sucked into nothingness. I stepped outside that morning to pick up a package off the front stoop, and I'm still here, and so was my neighbor. And so was everybody else in my little town. So, sorry. Better luck next time. But the thing that I found so funny is this. They whipped around and said, oh, no. Numerology says April the 23rd is when it's going to happen. So I guess you got a week and a few days left out there, you hopeful people, for this event. And again, I will have to stick my head out the window and go, gotcha.
One of the things that these bullshit artist churches really try to sell is that, hey, if you join us, you're going to be in a great situation when the rapture comes. Now, what about all of the dead people that they sold this load of shit to that never got the benefit, but they joined on because of this fear-mongering for the rapture? By the way, I do love my horns.
I was just myself.
With my Baphomet behind me, and then I get to have my own horns. I really like, especially on a sinful Sunday.
Kind of like a satanic version of the Empire State Lady, or Lady Liberty.
Yeah.
You can see where my brain went. Anyway, but yeah, it's like, well, all the people that, are going to pass or in the process of passing is going to miss out on it. So it's kind of like you duped everybody into thinking that this thing was going to happen. Let's see. Cody says, we all should have gotten a bunch of blow-up dolls and filled them with helium and let them go during it. I've actually heard of several people suggesting that. Maybe we'll see a whole bunch of vinyl people dolls flying in the air come the 23rd. That sounds like fun to me. Kyler says, I got a story. Went to the mall. There was like 4 different Bible handouts. Denied them all while wearing my Rob Zombie shirt that says Satanic Orgy on it. Classic. Kudos to you, sir. And as good old Rob Zombie used to say, yeah. Mousebong says, laughing my ass off. I said that too. Arcane says, let's see here. The devil is the best marketing point of Christian ideology. Without the fear it instills, it has no real merit. You are correct, sir. Absolutely. So, yeah, which kind of like got me and Hoofbeast talking a little bit. And decided to kind of like delve into this little rabbit hole we got into. If I can find it. There we go. Next on the list. People are claiming that Nostradamus predictions are coming true in 2024. Just a few days into 2024, people are yet again making connections with current events and Nostradamus predictions. So they're trying to say, and this is at least what I got from this particular article, that he predicted a naval fight would take place in 2024. So he was what? Back in the 1600s, right?
I think so.
I guess they did have an understanding of what a naval fight would be just because of boat fighting. Mm-hmm. So did you ever happen to read what he actually said about
one of the ones, like it's a bit cryptic at times, and I don't remember on the spot right now, but there were several things like that. But because they're cryptic, I don't memorize words really well. I remember stupid sports scores and band names really well.
That's because and he gets the balloons. Hopefully those, too bad they weren't humans, right? Floating right in there. That was amazing. So I don't know. I think, because I usually don't place too much into the whole Nostradamus thing that much. There was only a few instances where it was almost kind of like, yeah, I think quite possibly he was kind of a skilled, I don't know, seer, like in the Norse tradition, one that can see in the future a bit. I'm sure it wasn't like everyone makes it out to be, like all this mysterious, him sitting with all these robes on and, all this other fucking movie like shit. He probably had it through dreams. Who knows? Typically that's what happens, but there's so much shit that people are always saying, oh, the end is coming. The end is coming. And it never fucking happens. I mean, we saw it with the, what was it? The Aztec calendar. Mm-hmm. I even think there was some Chinese thing as well. I forget what the hell that's called though. But so many different things where people are predicting, hundreds and hundreds and almost thousands of years ago are now coming to fruition. So it's kind of like, I don't know. But like you said, it's so cryptic in the writing that, I mean, was he high? Was he drinking? You know, or was he just right?
Was he on Jesus? Yeah, because that's very fucking similar and way more dangerous to the world.
Agreed on that. I think the only merit that I ever gave it was talking about somebody that fit the description of Hitler, that he was able to see somebody rising up in a different part of Europe and yada, yada, yada. Or was it just pure coinkadink?
Well, there's if 2024 is true via Nostradamus, it's going to be a huge fucking fucked up year. And we're 4 months into it already. Well, almost 4 months finished with it. And it's not as fucked up as he has predicted. I mean, he's going to have to compact a lot of fucked upness in the last few months of the year. I think most people are interpreting what he said about the white dragon to be Orange Jesus. And Orange Jesus is going to fuck up the United States quite a bit. And Orange Jesus is kind of suggesting that we go and do battle with China. Like, there's so many humongous, horrible things that are going to happen this year if Nostradamus is correct.
Well, you also have to look at it from this standpoint, too. The people that instill the most fear is the press. Fucking CNN and all those bullshit fucking news stations, man. They're the ones that get everybody fucking freaked out. I was just talking to somebody that came in my store today, and we talked about the Eclipse a little bit. And I was saying why it was actually a really good time to do energy work, because, you know, if you're trying to manifest some things for yourself, it's a pretty energetic time to try to get it done. And he's like, oh, well, you know, in our little corner up there, he lives in Omaha. I forget, I think West Omaha. And he's like, yeah, you know, I just felt the need. I had to grab, you know, 2 cases of water and, you know, a bunch of paper. And I just said, stop. I'm going to stop you right there. Now, what actually made you buy into that was going to be this ridiculously horrible event that would make you go out and do that? Well, my family, yada, 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 believe, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, well, see, you just got, you know, spoofed on, basically. You bought into the hype. You know, it's like, as soon as the Pope says something, holy shitballs, you see all sorts of people go fucking nuts. Oh, this is the sign of the times. Really? It's been the sign of the times for like 40 years. And nothing's ever happened. So it's like, stop already. Oh, yeah, you're right about that. Arcane also goes on to say, to be honest, yeah, Nostradamus was either a skilled seer or he had access to awesome cave leaking opium deposits. I agree with you, sir. Because if it's one thing that we can say about mystics and occult figures throughout a lot of those times, they were on some really good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Aleister Crowley, hello. It was snowing. Shit kills me. Guys out there in Morgrot Universe, don't be afraid to give us your opinions. We love that shit. I don't know. This is Reaper, Big Bad Devil Daddy's advice. Don't believe everything you hear.
It's kind of like giving the respect that's due. So, like a lot of Christians, they want, if something good happens in their life, they love to throw all kinds of praise and goodness in the way of Jesus or God. But little children are suffering from leukemia, cancer, they get killed in a car accident. They don't give Jesus or God the credit that they deserve for that time for not protecting them. And they have some bullshit segue on, well, the Lord works in mysterious ways, doesn't he?
Woo! Sky Daddy, Sky. Yeah, if it was all sunshine and rainbows, don't you think that they would just stop that shit? You know what I mean? Or is it like some cosmic joke where he's like the Joker sitting, a court jester sitting on a throne, just going, watch them all fucking destroy each other. It's wonderful. I could totally see that just from everything that I have ever heard. And like you said, I agree with you 100%. They always, every preacher, every pastor, deacon, whatever the fuck they want to call themselves to make themselves feel important, is, these ridiculous ideas of why these things happen and why God doesn't. My favorite was, well, he's too busy with the rest of the world. What? Busy with the rest of the world? He can't take time out to save poor old little Jimmy? Come on. Get out of here, Mr. Omnipotent. Yes.
Yes. Especially when he's omnipotent and omniscient. And where was he? Where was he?
Who, man?
And let's see if iPhone gives me a special effect if I do this. This is for all the Christians out there. Oh, they don't have anything for that.
Well, I'm gonna say, watch that be the only thing. Cody says Nostradamus was probably eating the shit out of some serious mushrooms. I mean, they had all kinds of steaks and things of that nature back in those, olden times. Who knows? I mean, sure, you can. Many cultures have any kind of, whether it's predictions or seeing things or communing with different energies and things, due to the fact of taking some sort of a ceremonial tokage, if you will, or something they can ingest. So that doesn't necessarily mean that it ain't true, but at the same token, though, it's a psychological effect. So I don't know. I'm sure it wasn't as some people believe, because you can make the connection, but in the end, live life. Stop fearing every fucking thing, because every single marketing joint from here to Kalamazoo Zoo is hoping that everyone is going to take the bait and they cash in big fucking time. Mm-hmm. That's really what it is. Everyone, the news stations, the government, keep everybody afraid so they'll stay in line. And then all the big, big business, like, oh, I'm going to buy every last goddamn toilet paper roll I got. Yeah. Can't tell me they didn't profit big time off of COVID era.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Don't say they didn't.
Oh my! Speaking of mushrooms are happening next weekend for sure.
Oh,
yeah, they happened about 2 weeks ago, and it was a good experience. I'm going to try a little bit stronger dose this time. And get creative with the guitar.
You're going to end up being the man on the Silver Mountain. I love it. Cody says, I was always told as a kid God was everywhere, but Satan couldn't be, so he had demons. If that's the case, why couldn't he heal a kid with cancer and save the rest of the world as well? That's a big factor of me leaving Christianity as a teenager. See?
Yeah. Here we are.
Further proof, people. At the end of the day, believe what you want to believe, but don't try to sell the rest of us on stuff that just is legitimately stupid. Oh, Mousebong says, "I'm jelly. I want some." I'm sure she.
All right. Well, Mousebong, fly out to South Kakalaki next week, and I'll share. I have about 3/4 of an ounce left.
Now that we know what is on the docket for Book Beast next week, we can also move on to our next item on the goddamn list. This day in 1988, this fantastical fucking movie came out. So I believe, if we do the math correctly, that's just shy of 40 years ago, which is pretty damn amazing.
You're right. Yeah, it was like 85 or 86 that came out, I think. Maybe 87 or 88, but
88.
88, okay.
Yep. So, wow, that is amazing to think that a bajillion years ago, Hollywood got it right. A superior cast, a fantastic story, and has made audiences of every type really enjoy some of the dark, spooky world. That it can be cute, it can be fun, it can be terrifying, all at the same time, and laugh your ass off. So, and you know, in the coming year, I don't think it's this year that they're going to release it. I don't want to say because I'll have to fact check that, but you know, the sequel is ready, and it only took them 40 goddamn years to make it. That just fucking kills me.
No, I went.
It could have been back in the day.
Well, 2 weeks ago, I went and saw Kong versus God, or Kong with God, United with Godzilla.
Yeah.
They had the Beetlejuice trailer on, so usually that means within this year. So I don't remember. I don't remember the date that they gave for when, or the month that it's coming out on, but it is coming out this year. I'm almost positive.
Oh, okay. Well, shit. We have a lot to look forward to. We got the Terrifier 3 coming out in the fall. So shit, let's add that in. Let this be the year for fucking all things horror and spooky to reign. I still haven't seen any of those two films that we talked about last time, although I haven't checked Shudder in a second because I did not find out what the actual date was for that one movie where they do a televised exorcism or try to do it. They put a possessed girl on there, and we'll see. I'm going to have to check that, but you know, everybody is so focused on remakes, and why not to do that? There's just, I mean, we've already talked about The Crow. So I actually found a remake that just came out this year. Woo! I'm choosing my words carefully because I hope nobody shoots me for this. Because if you're a diehard fan of the original film, and of course the late, great Patrick Swayze, I'm telling you folks, check this out. Maybe. There we go. The remake of a beloved film. Anyone who was an action fan or just a fan of Patrick Swayze, period, this became one of the most defining films in that man's career. And people still watch that motherfucker to this day. When I say the people that made this, and this is going to get you, this is a Prime exclusive, which means it never went to the theater. It went straight to Prime. The app wins again. This film was awesome. Now, obviously, they did not try to do the same thing, have it set in the same kind of, era. Although, I mean, they did kind of a crappy portion of Florida in order to kind of be like the small hick town. But it wasn't really a hick town, though. Still very diverse. Florida in general has the beautiful beaches and all that stuff. And they even changed the background of the main character. That he was a UFC fighter. And I don't want to give too much away, but he was a UFC fighter who had to fight a very close friend and for whatever reason didn't stop hitting him after he had already won, and he ended up dying from it. So he just kind of becomes a drifter, and people just know him to be the guy that you would call upon if you had needed some serious security and all that stuff, because the guy's a lethal weapon basically. And it's so cool. They pay homage to the original in a lot of different ways, but I mean, it was just very well done. Yes, Cody, you are correct, sir. He says Conor McGregor is in it. And to his credit, he played that character to perfection. He was the guy that the main character, and I can't ever say his name right, Gutnall or
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh, okay, thank you. There, I didn't have to embarrass myself. At least not too much. But he's like the big boss guy he's got to destroy by the end of the film. And when I say that fight is epic, the fight coordination, the stunt work, unfucking believable. Unholy shit. That's how good this thing is. Don't go into it thinking you're going to see the same scenario all the way through. They don't even add in a second guy like they did with Sam Elliott in the original, who was like his compadre from, old days and stuff like that. They didn't do none of that. This was a great standalone film. So for people that have never seen the original, I'm sure they're just playing the fuck out of it right now. And for me, who loved the original, I don't know, did you ever see the original Hoof Beast? Thought so. Okay.
I saw it in the theater, and I walked away bedazzled. I loved it because Patrick Swayze was such a tiny little guy, especially
he was
thin. Like, he was tiny, thin, but he was fucking amazing. He was ripped, and I thought it was a great story. But what I loved the most out of Roadhouse was his girlfriend, the girlfriend that got me in. Ooh, holy cow! Right
now. That's the one element of this movie that you probably will be like, "Oh, damn it." He does get a love interest, and she is a medical professional, gorgeous lady, but they only simulate and they do not show it like they did back in the glorious 80s. It skips right past it, so you don't even so much as get a nip slip. So sorry about that. Nonetheless, though, it focuses so much on the carnage. There's so much action. It never really gets a chance to take a breath a little bit. So I think you're still going to dig it. So usually here, especially on the goddamn program, we're always bashing remakes. And I was like, well, you know what? I was sitting here one day by myself. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give this motherfucker a shot. And I couldn't believe it. I was really surprised. So I know y'all got Prime Video out there. I know you do. It's free as long as you have a subscription. So check it out. See if you like it. Compare it. Doesn't matter. It's not the same movie. Now, I know what some people are going to say. Well, Reaper, the new Crow coming out is not the same movie. Bullshit. We're talking about a graphic novel with a very specific character. So, totally fucking different. Totally different. Especially the legacy left behind. That's a whole different story. If they would have done a different character name that was not in any of those graphic novels, then I would have said, great, that's a great standalone sequel. You know, some of the other sequels to that film in the first place was pretty terrible. The second one wasn't too bad, but the third one, by the time we got to the third one, that was pretty fucking stupid. And then we had to suffer through the Crow series on what was it, Sci-Fi. Nothing against the guy who played Eric Draven in it, but they should have just left it stay where it was. But honestly, though, that series did last for a while, so I was kind of surprised. But every now and again, we find a hidden gem. It's kind of interesting. So I recommend you give it a shot there, Hoofbeast, and everybody out there in the Morgrot universe.
Oh, I know I'll enjoy it. I love the UFC. They had UFC 300 last night, and about 1/3 of the fighters that I wanted to win won. But a lot of my favorites lost, and so but some of the bigger ones won. And the
question is how is the heavyweight division these days?
Well, the heavyweight division, we don't see too much of. They don't have near as many fighters, not near as many fights.
Isn't that crazy?
Francis Ngannou left to go to the PFL for money. And John Jones was going to defend his belt, and then he got injured. So they have a guy from England who won an interim championship. And John Bones Jones is flipping awesome. But they had some really good fights last night. There were a lot of knockouts and some surprise knockouts as well. But the movie that I really want to see, that I'm going to see probably Thursday night or Friday night, is First Omen.
Ooh. So you know what that means. You're going to have to give us a play-by-play of your synopsis of what you thought. Because it's been billed as the scariest film of the year. Now, when you go that fucking far to say that this is the scariest movie of 2024, it better bring a side of ranch and fucking buffalo wings with it.
I'm ready for there to be the best or the scariest movie in a decade. That's what I want to see.
I feel that on every level.
Because nothing to me has moved me like The Exorcist or like 28 Days. And there's no movie that's moved me like those. I carried The Exorcist with me the whole fucking summer when I was in 4th grade. But 28 Days I carried with me for about 4 days. That movie was in my head. And it really disturbed me because it's like the world gets rabies. And it's awful. And I thought it was really well done.
Far-fetched, really. Not by today's standards, I'll tell you what. There are things that have gone down that, shit, I never thought would be possible. And so many films like that one that you, I know I'm going down a little bit of a rabbit hole here, but, you know, for years and years and years, these films have been depicting an apocalyptic event that in a lot of cases seem possible, right? So in a way, real life, something that could actually happen. And I've seen it even with like serial killer type films and, you know, all different parts of the thriller horror genre that are possible. And I think something that is more real life like, people, it just scarier. So here we are on the 18th fucking edition of Good versus Evil, The devil is in someone, or a demon is in someone. So my thing is this: are we going to win this time? I want you to be able to answer that question.
If they are smart, the devil or Satan will win for this one. Because just like we spoke before, The Empire Strikes Back, when Darth Vader won, that is the one that generated the most interest for the Return of the Jedi.
Sure, did.
Most people's favorite is The Empire Strikes Back. Let the bad guy win sometimes.
Exactly. And that also spawns for an awesome, highly viewed sequel. I think a lot of films today don't leave any cliffhangers for another film. The only ones that I've seen successfully do that is like action films or even comedy films for that matter. So give us something like that. That would be clear. Uh-oh. Puff Beast is down. Beast is down.
I kicked the damn thing. I kicked my stupid tripod. That's what I was going to go buy. The other night I went on Amazon.com and I was going to buy a new, not the new tripod, but the new attachment for the light and all. Because mine sucks arse. I bought it when I lived in Kazakhstan. And it is a cheap ass thing. And Reaper knows this. That fucker, it pisses me off all the time. I barely touched the tripod and it made it go bleh.
I love it. Interesting. I love this about Mouse Bong. She always goes above and beyond when checking things out. She says, have you all seen The Sadness, a Taiwanese body horror virus type film? That one stuck with me for a few days. It's chaos. And I know which one you're talking about. I don't think I've seen it, but I've seen bits of it, especially some of the craziest parts of it. And I do have to say, it's definitely one of those movies that's just like makes you step back and think. Oh man, psychological mind fuckers are fantastic movies. Love them. If you have to sit there and think about a horror film, it's done its job. Because we're far beyond, not saying taking anything away from Michael Myers, Freddy, Jason, any of those guys. We didn't walk away thinking about, oh, could this really happen? No, we were like, oh man, who's he gonna fucking roast next time? How's he gonna do it? I bet he's gonna do this. That's how we walked away from those movies. But these psychological ones, wow. Like to this day, Midsummer still completely fucks people up and are still talking about it to this day. Hereditary, another one. Mandy, holy fuck. I'm telling you, some of those films, that's why they're classics. Ooh. Now, it's kind of funny because I made it's hilarious actually. So I posted another video of the infamous Vince Neil, and his videos are getting more and more hilarious because people are adding stuff to it to make it even funnier. Because his little dance moves literally looks like he's cutting farts. And as he's moving
I've seen
on
this.
Okay, so all right, so you've seen that. And then the Eclipse comes around, and who tries to come out of the woodwork to be relevant again? Did anyone else see Tommy Lee's deleted Eclipse social media post? Everyone hates pretty much the entire band at this point, right? But here he goes, Mr. Oh, I know how to rile a crowd in. Of course, everyone was like, oh, he must have, showed his schlong for the 500th time. No. It's the Eclipse, and then suddenly his nutsack. And for as long as he left it up, I mean, there are some folks that somehow managed to capture this, and I can't wait to get a hold of it. I'm sure they'll fucking kick me off the air for it. I don't give a shit. I think, first of all, how fucking low and stupid do you have to be? But it's genius at the same time, because who the fuck gives two fucking shits about this guy anymore? Okay, you were in a band that was super popular once. Nobody cares about anymore. Nobody cares about you. You're not a sex symbol anymore. And he does that and knows exactly when to pull it. Probably pulled like 1 million fucking views when the shit hit, right? And then, meow, gone. And you don't think that there's those folks that are just out there constantly on the net and are able to catch that. It could have just been a fan, like a random fan, and they managed to save it somehow. I mean, come on, man. That wasn't interesting. Nobody cared. Man, if you saw all the comments below Metal Injection, because when they put the post up there, oh, they roasted his ass so bad. I couldn't stop laughing. So there's a freebie, everybody out there in the Morgrot universe. Go check this thing out, because, man, some of these comments were so good.
Oh,
I don't know.
I wonder if it was his own nuts, or maybe he went and bought, the nuts you can buy, in, especially in Texas and in the South. You could put the nuts on the back of a big pickup truck that's raised. Maybe he just took some of those and dangled those. Or was it a profile view of the scrotum sack, or was it full on?
Well, apparently,
were they flopping a bit?
I've seen mixed reports, so I don't really know what exactly he did. First, from what I read, everyone said it started out as the Eclipse, and then all of a sudden, danglers came down in front of it. So I don't know. Without catching it, I just don't know. Oh yeah, you definitely set off the addicts really well, guys. The danglers for fucking trucks is the biggest, stupidest thing that anybody could ever do, because obviously they lack a pair themselves.
It's such a Southern thing too. I think these things were in Arizona big time. Truck nuts. I wonder from Mousefong, do truck nuts produce a lady boner? I doubt it.
In Alabama and Texas special.
I would guess that lady boners occur from intellectual activity.
The Carolina squat is worse? What in the fuck is that? You're gonna have to school us, my good man. Oh shit. And Mousebog says, discussing Tommy Lee's scrotum angles was not on my bingo card for tonight. I'm sorry. I had to address the big elephant on the net, because it instantly was talked about well over 1 million times. And for that to happen, I just have to say he is still the biggest jackass known to man. Mousebong says, only if they were smacking the back of the truck. Pretty good. I'm not gonna say that, because
awesome. I
know
wonderful.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and that is a very nice thing. Oh shit. Cody says the front of the truck is lifted, the back isn't. It's dragging the ground. Looks like a dog dragging its ass.
Oh yes. Yes, that was. Oh my gosh. So I live in Greenwood, South Carolina. This is where art in metal goes to die. There's no originality in this city. It's fucking dead. And
No.
these
Love
fucking
it.
teenagers, they love to hang out in the Walmart parking lot with their, what do they call it? Scrub or whatever they do to. Anyways,
Oh, for
I
God's
think it
sake.
was this week that shit has become outlawed officially. And all these poor little teenage mullet-loving rednecks are so up in arms over this. And there was a wonderful video on either TikTok or I saw it on Instagram where a mother took her boy's keys because first of all, she didn't want her son to have a truck that drug its ass.
Yeah, I
And
mean that just
and
doesn't seem logical.
so when the law came in effect, she was thrilled and she grabbed his keys and she won't let him have his keys now. And oh, he was that little shit was throwing such a shit fit. Hey, mom and dad, how about make your kid pay for their own fucking truck so they fucking learn something instead of buying them something? Then they won't act like such a little shit over getting their keys taken away. These little shits, like there's no way they're buying these big pickup trucks, having them lifted, buying tires that are about $600 or $700 a piece on huge wheels, and then having the ass go down like mommy and daddy's paying for this rich high percentage in my little fucking backward little country town.
Oh, believe me, I totally believe that. And I think the only problem there would be is if they went to try to grab their keys, if they bought it themselves, the kid, then you have the issue of, well, I paid for it, it's mine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just glad that the parent, had enough, hindsight to say, oh, this is fantastic. I'm going to take it back.
and she put her little dipshit on blast on either TikTok or Instagram Reels or maybe it's YouTube, and it's getting thousands and thousands of likes now. And he's in the back throwing a little shit fit.
Why didn't they do that when sagging became a thing with guys in their pants?
I know. I don't get that at all.
Maybe we could have gotten rid of seeing the fucking underwear of every disgusting motherfucker that you didn't want to know, see, or anything. We could have been free. Awesome comments, everybody out there. You guys fucking rock. Cody says, tooted. They call it tooted. That is literally the most unintelligible thing that any kid could come up with. I'm sorry. That is so stupid. So Hoofbeast has been hitting me with some of the best videos this week, y'all. So there's one that I found in particular to be my favorite, and I'm pretty sure Hoofbeast already knows which one I'm talking about. As soon as I say this. So many people that train in any kind of probably combat situation or anything of the sort to work on stealth. And this video is going to show you such a training video of how to basically find your way in the dark. If you can't see, can you find your target? Well, this is what happens, though, when such a training session goes awry.
Now tell them to look for the... This one's hilarious, though. That one's fucking funny, too.
Okay, my bad, y'all. So I'm gonna detract because unfortunately my computer, I cannot turn it on at the moment, and it's the only way that I can actually load the video into our program. So I had to go with a different one. So I probably should have looked before I went into that diatribe, because I watched it like 5 or 6 times today, just laughing hysterically over and over again. But no, this one is a good one also. Good thing we didn't get too far into it because you didn't see what happened yet. All right, so let me take a few steps back. So, with technology, it is increasingly making us lazier. And in this video, I cannot believe over in the UK somewhere that they actually have these things at grocery stores. We see them in the airport where it's just, if you don't feel like walking, you can get on a flat escalator. I think it's designed to help folks that have a hard time moving to get through a little bit easier. And in my opinion, this is probably why they put it in there, especially for senior citizens. But unfortunately, on this day, it went really wrong. I usually don't laugh at other people's pain, but damn it, when you see this, you'll see why I could not stop laughing. Here we go.
She tried to jab it across. I think she's quite clever, isn't she?
Yeah, it's just the slow motion.
I love it when she lets go,
This
lets
bit.
toes back.
Oh no, Joey's gonna.
Now, what we see there is, okay, obviously the older gentleman caught a snag on his way getting his cart out of there, right? And he falls to the ground, and this motherfucker's trying to get up, and this, elderly lady comes up behind him, just not even, how did she not notice that he hit the ground? And she runs the bottom of the cart into this poor guy's head. Could you imagine if that was your pawpaw on the ground? And grandma done ran his ass over. Is that karma? But karma obviously bit her in the ass, because then, for whatever reason, she falls over. I still can't figure that out. Do you have anything to say about that, Hoof Beast?
She's just so fucking clumsy. So this makes me think of a Porno for Pyro song. And what the hell was that song called? So Perry Farrell was the lead vocalist. He was Jane's Addiction's lead vocalist. And by the way, this album by Porno for Pyros is fucking awesome. It's a really good album. Real funky too. But there's a song, and it goes, elderly are like children and teenagers are fucked up in the head. But the elderly are like children. Like it really is. As we come full loop, and I'm going to be doing it, Reaper's going to be doing it, Mousebong, Arcane, everybody's going to be doing it. When you get older, you go back to a childlike mind in a way, to a certain extent. You start going through, Alzheimer's or whatever. You start being more forgetful. You're less responsible, and you become clumsy again. Like you can't walk and move and get around like you wanted to. And it's kind of like people really have to take care of you. And so Elderly are like children. Teenagers are fucked up in the head, and elderly are like children. Porno for Pyros. That fucking song is so good. The song is called Pets, and the chorus is "We make great pets," and it's about aliens coming down, and it's real funny.
Arcane says, laughing my ass off. Says, I love how you threw in Mousebong and I. And I'm sure everybody else out there in Morgrot Universe is like, well, wait a minute. We're not going to that's not going to happen to us. Shit. We got a free ticket.
Oh, yeah.
Because you only mentioned two of them. Yeah, let's put it this
Cody's
way.
in there too.
See, I already have a cane, a very special cane. And this is for whenever my scoliosis goes really, really fucking bad. I have a satanic skull on the top of this cane. And it is made of metal, and very strong metal at that, because I'm a bigger guy. So if I get to the point where I need help like that, I am going to have a satanic motorized throne. And I'm just going to ride that motherfucker all the way around. Baphomet is going to be on the back of it. My little feeties in the front are going to have upside down crosses on them. It's going to be beautiful. I'm looking forward to it.
You know, they had these things when I lived in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for 3 years, and so we used to go to this mall in particular, probably once or twice a month. And they had a grocery store, and they are magnetically activated, so you're not supposed to take those things off. That's why the magnets kicked in. He wasn't supposed to take it down there, and he took it down there anyways. For some floors, they'll let you take it down, but I maybe there was some thievery of shopping carts like there are in America all over the fucking place. How the fuck does somebody go to a fucking grocery store and say, well, I live in an apartment that's a mile away. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I'm going to take their fucking grocery cart, and I'm going to carry that thing all the way to my apartment, and I'm going to leave it on the corner of the apartment complex, and it can stay there as long as it fucking wants.
That's crazy. Oh, man. Arcane, the cane is actually at my shop, so I will I'll send you a photo so that you can see it, because I actually did a photo shoot with it as I was raising dark spirits. And let's see, Cody says, I'll be 32 in August. I've been waking up feeling like I'm 92. Oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. He says, walking like old guy, fuck, slow.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. Shit.
Oh, no.
Well, we'll have to look into getting you a good motorized satanic scooter. That's what we need to do. We can do that. There is technology to make this happen. So, man, I'll tell you, I'm 47, and I'm only just now starting to feel what I did when I was 20. Actually, what I did when I was in my teens. So it does take a long time. But then again, you know, I have to say a lot of people that have spent a long time doing hard labor are always going to feel it quicker than anybody else. I really believe that. You know, military service folk, anyone that's done, yeah. So in my case, it's just scoliosis and bad fucking knees because of how tall I am. Yeah, it takes time. That's why I tell everyone that's younger when they complain, I'm like, just you wait.
Oh yeah. See, that's the thing. When I was growing up, I was such a dipshit about old people, and I was so tired and annoyed by old people. Boy, do you develop a compassion for them as you start experiencing the same things that you may have been impatient with.
Yeah, because you can feel good as far as like energy and all that stuff, but when it comes to muscles and bones, That's a whole nother fucking ball of wax. Although I think we're going to make some of the coolest motherfucking old people ever in history. I totally believe that. Oh, shit. Arcane's got a little story here for us. Pouring and finishing concrete killed me. I turned 30 this year, but my back and knees feel so much older. See? God damn. When you're doing shit like that, and I know that people always say, oh, well, there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. I think those people are full of shit. Obviously, you know that you should always bend with your knees when, lifting things and stuff like that. But, man, when you're in the thick of it and you're in a time crunch and you got to get that job done, I'm even talking about warehouse fucking workers, man. Those motherfuckers work their hands to the bone. So don't let anyone ever say your job is easy. You just got to do the best you can till you can finally, find something that, a little less stressful.
One of my nightmare jobs would be to be a mover and have to move like big old pieces of furniture up and around stairs, going upstairs. Oh, that would fucking suck. When I was in the Army, they made us move shit a lot, and I was like 18. Fucking hated that shit.
That's right, kiddos out there in the Morgrat universe. It's not all like the Rambo movies. That is some seriously hard fucking labor. Woo! But I will say that staying active and stretching, I know people are like, but man, if you stretch at least, and I mean full body stretch, old school style, you'd be amazed at how much better your legs, arms, whole 9 yards back can feel. Even if you have a seriously fucked up back like myself, little bends, back bends, and shit like that. The leg splits, all that shit. It definitely helps. So, Cody, you might want to try some of that, my brother. All right. What do we have left on the shit show meter of the night? Oh, man, this one got me. Okay. So this one I definitely want to get everyone's opinion on. We obviously have been in the age for, I'd say probably the last 20 years of smart technology. We have everything from smartphones to smart tablets to having smart technology to turn your lights on, your lights off, open your fucking garage. Smart watches like Kit and Knight Rider back in the day. You know what I mean? So here we are. We have all this fucking technology. And this was so fucking random because I do a lot of like Indiegogo stuff for either movies that I'm in or for friends of mine that are doing some other project, and I go to try to, support. And this suggestion popped up, and I said, oh, you got me fucked up. Say hello to the smart ring. The smart ring. You can do on-the-go payments with this ring. 24/7 health tracking with this ring. You can check messages with this ring. And it also has voice applications as well. So literally, your fucking wedding ring can become a smart technology piece of equipment. And as you can see, it's out of San Francisco in the United States, and already almost $2 million. Let's let that sink in for a second. $2 million has been poured into the creation of this thing. Could you imagine how much this thing is going to cost? Let alone having basically the capabilities, all the capabilities that a phone, for the most part, or a smartwatch has in a ring form. My question is this: why do we need it? I want to get everyone's opinion on this, because this is a relatively new campaign on Indiegogo, and it's raised that much fucking money. So that tells you right there, somebody thinks every human being needs this. I, for one, can't stand that there's a locator function on my phone. I don't need the entire world and Big Brother government knowing where I'm at any given moment of the day. So, I don't know. This scares me a little bit. What are your thoughts there, Hoofbeast?
As I get older, I reflect back on when we didn't have all of this technology.
I do it often.
And I had a lot more time to do things that I fucking wanted to do. Now, there are a lot of benefits. Like, I can watch all kinds of movies and see people do amazing things on TikTok and compassionate things with animals that really inspire me and make me feel really good. But the negativity and the part where everybody is a spokesperson for what they think, and they think everybody else needs to hear what they have to say, and they're angry and criticizing everybody for just about everything. Like, I could do without that, because we didn't have it so easy back then. But for this ring, like, for me, I'm not interested at all.
This is what I see. I see 1,000, probably 20,000 burglars, thieves, that will notice you have such a ring, cut your finger off, steal it, and go use it and go ting, 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 everywhere they want to fucking go. No offense to the ladies, but you know how you can seduce the fuck out of us and seduce this man right out of his, his fucking ring and take all of his money. I don't understand this. Like, I don't know about you. I don't put any of my cards on my phone. We all have the virtual wallet that can be attached to any account. I don't do it. Because if somebody is crafty enough to get into my phone, if they steal it, if I lose it, I mean, the moment that information is there, people can get it. I don't know. Do you do that?
I don't use it. But it's just mostly probably because I'm not very tech savvy. But I do not trust. Like, I don't feel comfortable thinking about somebody being able to break into my phone and then have access to all of my stuff. But I'm also pretty cryptic. I don't put that stuff on my phone, so good fucking luck. Anyways, and my fucking password is fucking steal. Nobody can get into that shit.
That's the way I look at it also. I think Arcane says it best here too. Best question. He says, why do we need so many smart items? I feel like we have enough. What's next? Smart houses? Well, Arcane, I don't know about you or Hoofbeat or anybody else out there in the Morgrot universe, but we pretty much are now seeing smart cars available for purchase. It's almost like the Jetsons, man. It's like the Jetsons come to life. Vehicles that can literally drive themselves. So if you have a smart house or a smart house system or all the way to your Alexa that can turn your lights on, turn them off, turn up the fucking temperature, turn it down, or I don't know, fucking start your bathwater at this point. There's voice operated everything. All I see here is let's make us fucking lazy.
Well, that makes me think of the movie Wall-E. And I fucking love that movie. That is probably my favorite Pixar movie. It is so good. The commentary about the world and just about mostly Americans.
Exactly. People, it's a marketing thing, and it's a quick, fast way to constantly destroy your bank accounts. I have friends that still use flip phones to this day. Bought the goddamn thing 15, 20 years ago and still using it. There is nothing wrong with this. Unfortunately, marketing, I mean, I don't know. If you're somebody that needs, like job-wise, profession-wise, needs a smartphone that can do all this, that, and the other thing, I can totally see that being not a handicap, but a helper. You know what I mean? But the average person wants it so bad that they knew there would be a market for it because they show the features and it's got the, and the biggest seller of them all out there in the Morgrat universe is the camera. It's like, what? Do you have a vendetta against professional photographers? Do you know that there are weddings that are photographed by people with their fucking phones? Would you want that to be your wedding photos? Or do you want somebody who has an honest to goodness fucking camera and knows how to take those shots? So, I mean, a smart ring is nothing more than, hey, look at me. I got a lot of money. That's what it tells me. If somebody has that, then obviously they must be rich, because that sumbitch is going to cost a lot to make and even more to mass produce. So it just takes once for somebody to see somebody go like this onto some sort of a, pay app, and instantly somebody's going to want to steal it. I don't see the advantage of it, because when you're wearing a ring, obviously I wear many, we tend to lose them from time to time. Hoofbeast, you ran into that at the Guar show. Yeah. Imagine if that was the smart ring and you lost a $600, maybe $1,000 piece of shit, basically, that you have on your finger that has all your pertinent info on, and lose it in one night, and somebody goes and has a good time. I don't know. Cody says, Wally. It was a fantastic movie. I still watch it from time to time.
Fucking love it.
Oh, it's so good. Makes so much sense in many ways. But yeah, that's it for this edition of the goddamn list. And you guys have been super fucking amazing. As always, we appreciate you guys showing up anytime we do this show. The comments have been fantastical. Although I think I think we lost Mouse Bong a little ways back, though. As soon as we mentioned Tommy Lee, it was over. So I do apologize for that. Hopefully, your lady boner will get better. It'll get back to health, and it'll be able to sprout back up. Because what do we have for him tomorrow night?
Oh boy. You know what? Actually, I don't know that I flippin' remember.
She says, laughing my ass off. No, I was listening. And she's putting on makeup.
Wow, why are you putting on makeup this late at night?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Down, chicka, chicka, wow, chicka, wow, wow. Oh, it's all in good fun. Oh, you guys, man. This is like my fucking therapy. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you to Brother Hoofbeast here for hooking me up with so many awesome things for us to discuss. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Wait a minute. She said, ha, ha, ha. Bow, chicka, wow that's right. Well, if you don't mind sharing later, just play it. But appreciate y'all showing up for this show. We have a blast with it. It's whatever is going on from day to day, and we love making you guys laugh, and it's fun for us as well. Your guys' comments are the fucking best, so we appreciate you guys so much. But tomorrow night is another edition of Tracks of the Damned at 8 p.m. CST, 9 p.m. EST. For those of you on Eastern Standard Time. The rest of the world, I'm not exactly sure. It's usually like an 8-hour difference or 7-hour difference, something like that. But stay tuned to the page for all of that. The event will go up about midday tomorrow. So if you need a reminder, just click on that, and it will remind you that it's about to go down. And shoot, I'm not sure what we're covering tomorrow night.
See, that's just it. When you put me on the spot, I was like, holy shit. We didn't even discuss or make one up for this week. I don't
guaranteed though, it's going to be a banger nonetheless. And we love our Mommy Milkers Monday so much, and that it's going to be a great fucking metal show. Mm-hmm. We might talk about shit, we might laugh a lot, we might see a swinging ass or two, but that's because we love you guys so much, because Mondays suck, as Garfield says, and we like to make it fun for you. So we appreciate y'all so much. Mousebong says she'll probably be on tomorrow, so awesome. Always a good thing. Be safe, and if you guys are starting the work week, give them hell tomorrow. Take no shit. Be yourself. Don't let anyone tell you that you're a fucking weirdo. Love that shit. Own that shit. Be yourself for you and nobody else. But most importantly, stay heavy.